Hey everybody, Cool Cucumber here. Welcome back to Let's Abridge Pokemon Fire Red's vlogs. This is vlog number 10 following a fairly uneventful episode where we mostly did some cleanup and got to Rock Tunnel. And during that episode, something did happen that gave me something to talk about. Moves in Pokemon. See, despite how aggravating characters like Tierno can get for blabbing about the moves constantly, and being a frankly terrible rival that never once challenges anybody anywhere ever. But Pokemon's move system is very unique and very fleshed out even compared to other RPGs. The moves that people complain about the most are the ones that basically lose their value after a hot second. Moves like Ember and Scratch that you're like, or Water Gun. Or even worse, Bubble. But in most other RPGs that aren't Paper Mario, that's kind of the norm. Your spells and your feats and abilities just get replaced by better versions of themselves. Where Pokemon goes above and beyond, having lots of wide varieties of these types of moves. Wide varieties of status moves, moves that have secondary effects, and even moves of different types that have similar secondary effects, as we've seen with the new Legendary Trio in Sword and Shield. Then we have the moves that I will still complain about, the useless moves. Moves like Splash. Fun fact, Splash was originally named Hop in the Japanese version. That's a mistranslation, hence why Hoppip starts with Splash. Despite the fact that it's a floating, hopping blimp plant. And then Jumpluff and Skiploom. Hop, skipping it. Hop! But in any event, the move that I encountered twice that I talked about was Rage. And Q kind of explained why Rage is so bad. And Rage was a lot worse in these bad boys. But I still don't think it's even a remotely good move. I would rather have the increased accuracy than relying of something like Scratch or the slight increased damage of Tackle than rely on a move that you are required to take damage in order for its secondary effect to trigger, which doesn't raise your attack. At least it didn't used to. It might now. Instead, it just increases the power of Rage, an already weak move. And if you miss with Rage, you suffer a debuff. Your stats go down. I believe that the stat that used to go down was accuracy, too, so it was bad. It's a bad move. It's a terrible move. But there are other, arguably even worse moves that exist out there. Surprise visit from Button. Button doesn't want to be up here, so she's gonna go on the floor. Good girl. Go. Arguably the worst move in the entire lexicon of Pokemon moves is Kinesis. This is inaccurate Sand Attack. What Pokemon learn it? Only 2 Pokemon can learn Kinesis. At least to my knowledge. There might be a few more by now just because Pokemon have such vast move pools now. But when the move was introduced in Gen 2, it was limited to just Kadabra and Alakazam. It's bad. It is so bad. Because not only is it just Sand Attack or Smokescreen or Damageless Mud Slap, but it's an inaccurate version of those moves. Then there are other moves that people think are useless, or worse, a hindrance, like Teleport, that actually do have a purpose. Teleport in almost all Pokemon games brings you back to the nearest Pokemon Center. Starting with Sun and Moon when they started giving out HMs for free instead of having your team learn them. At that point on, Teleport is kind of useless. Because it's just an inferior version of the Corviknight Taxis or Charizard Fly. If it even has a field effect anymore. Oh, running from battle. Which, you know, you can also do by just selecting Run. But back in the old days, Teleport did used to be quite handy in that it would bring you back to the nearest Pokemon Center. Or the last Pokemon Center you went to in the case of Gen 1 games. So you could theoretically skip huge chunks of the game, especially if you were speedrunning, by using Teleport. Because once you get to that point where you have to backtrack several towns back, you can just go, alright, Kadabra, bring me back to Blarbalar Town. Kadabra. While I'm on the topic of Kadabra, I'm not going to use one in the Let's Play. I've already caught an Abra, and I have no desire to use an Alakazam, or even a Kadabra. Because they're way too strong as far as Kanto Pokemon go. As I've mentioned in the past, I'm generally adverse to using the Psychic type because they were so broken in Gen 1 that I never really developed an affection from them. Instead, I developed a bit of a disdain. Because all you would see was people spamming Mewtwo or spamming Alakazam on the playground. At least, I mean, I was a kid whenever the games came out. I was actually the ideal age group whenever Pokemon Red and Blue came out, and I still play those games to this day from time to time when I want to feel nostalgic, or better yet, if I want to do a run of Pokemon Stadium. Maybe you guys want to see me play through Stadium? It's just battles, but I never really ask for, like, what you guys might want to see. And that's mostly because I already have an idea of what I'm going to play. But this is a freeform vlog, and I might as well be a little bit freeform with this one. I have no idea when I started recording this, but I feel like I haven't been going for very long. So I'm going to keep going. I guess while I'm talking about Stadium, I can talk about my favorite Pokemon spin-offs. Has anybody else here ever played the Pokemon trading card game for Game Boy Color? It's not as good as I remember it as a kid, but it's a very fun diversion with a bopping soundtrack. In fact, I'm going to play the battle theme from the Pokemon trading card game for Game Boy Color over this video. So I'm going to be quiet for just a couple seconds so you guys can hear some of it. Alright. In addition to that, everybody knows, or a lot of people know about the notorious Pokemon spin-off, Pokemon Hey You Pikachu. Not Let's Go Pikachu, but Hey You, which used voice recognition technology on the Nintendo 64 so that you could talk to and have your own pet Pikachu. That sounds like the coolest idea possible. Only problem was, firstly, the voice controls weren't exactly masterful. You were able to get it to, at least I was able to get it to recognize my voice about 60% of the time. But the only way I could do that was by over-enunciating every single thing that I said. Pikachu, use Thunderbolt. And then half the time he just ignores you, which is just really frustrating game design. That I have found in a Super Nintendo game, Pac-Man 2: The New Adventures. Because Namco thought we needed a sequel to Pac-Man. Oh, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Pokemon. I guess one Pokemon spin-off that is finally getting a sequel fairly soon that I'm looking forward to it immensely, is Pokemon Snap. I loved the original Pokemon Snap, and I still play it from time to time to this day. Though, I can say that about pretty much all of my games in my collection, all 600 plus. Is that I still get use out of pretty much all of them, except for the terrible ones. Looking at you, Pac-Man: The New Adventure. And there are a few games that I've lost along the way, like Hey You Pikachu. I don't miss it. I don't miss it. That game had potential, but partly because it went so hard into the casual department, and partly because it didn't control well, I just didn't enjoy it. And I found the ending particularly insulting. Anyway. I wonder what's been eating Q. Because I was trying to play off that something is bothering him about Rock Tunnel. And it's not the darkness. It's not the fact that it's a cave. Something happened there. That's your hint. Stay cool.